Well, ladies and gentlemen, look who decided to come play with me in the power yard. It's that brother B. Avery. I'm Lamont Tyson. He's just his opinion reviews. Link is in description. We are here for Power Book 44, Season 3, Episode 3. My brother B. Avery, what were your initial thoughts from the episode?
Best episode of the season for me. I
Oh,
thoroughly enjoyed it. They had some nice surprises. I know you got some jokes ready. I'm not gonna spoil it for you here, so I'm gonna just wait for you to drop it. I was like, I know Brian's gonna comment on this scene right here, man. But I was a bit squeamish with this one right here, man. It was very grotesque and gory. It was a couple of scenes I had to turn my head away, like, man, this is nasty. Everybody's double crossing everybody. It's insane. It was like 3 double crosses in this episode, but I'm here for it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
ladies and gentlemen, you've got to show it to these lives because B. Avery went on an epic rant last week, and I don't want y'all to miss it when he go on these epic rants. He went on an epic rant about that dumbass explosion that they had, and it was one for the ages. And I'm sure he's going to have one of those tonight. But we're going to go ahead and start this thing off from the top, B. Avery. I thought the episode was good. I would say it's my favorite too. Wasn't perfect, but I did enjoy it. But we're just going to kick it off from the top. Diamond pull up to the barbershop, all right? Looking like he could be Tyrese's uncle. And he removes the cover to see, damn, the DSD leader done got chopped in half, looking like he ought to be on it. B, when you saw this, and then they had Tommy come through, he let Tommy know what was going on. They came up with a new plan. What was going through your mind for this opening scene?
This was a hell of an escalation, man. I did not know who that was initially. I was a bit confused, but damn, man, like these people are not effing around. It's a body chopped in half. Like, I mean, killing somebody is one thing, but to chop a body in half, and it's not even a clean cut. Like somebody enjoyed this, somebody took the time out and was working for a good 5 minutes at least, and then had to transport the body there. Like, they didn't have a mommy and daddy or something when they grew up, because that's just diabolical, right? That's just next level devilry. I mean, it's some people that I don't like in this world. I mean, I'll say this: I can't see myself doing that to somebody. I guess unless they hurt my family and my wife or my daughter, my brother, something like that. But I still don't know if I would chop a body in half. That's just a bit much. But I was like, whoa, this is how we're starting. I would have appreciated a more shock value out of Tommy. He kind of let the roll off his back, but like it wasn't a big deal. Okay, this is the normal Tuesday. But other than that, I was kind of shocked by this.
Oh, well, I wasn't per se shocked. I knew that they was going to bring back what happened to the leader of the DSDs, just because of the way they took him out in the last episode. And when Tommy brought that head in, the writers wanted us to see that there's going to be consequences for that. Everybody in that meeting where Jannard took over and was the Phil Jackson coaching up the 98 Chicago Bulls, they was rallying behind Jannard. And Jannard and then was warning Tommy, dude, why are you out here chopping off heads, man? You're starting something with a cartel, and we don't want no parts of it. But Jannard was able to rally the troops. Next thing you know, boom. Before the episode was even over, we getting bodies delivered to the barbershop. He looking more and more like Tyrese. But then, like you said, Tommy, when he came in, he acted like it didn't faze him, which I guess it wouldn't. We know his background. But Bree Avery, did you like the plan that they came up with? Because Tommy's basically sitting here like, look, the DSDs, they're going to be upset. We got to do something to take care of them and their families. But we've also got to figure out how we're going to plug the hole that we lost. Was you feeling this plan on Tommy, or do you think Tommy needed to just fall back, let things cool down, and wait for a new opportunity?
Well, it wasn't the worst plan in the world, but if I was in his shoes, I would take the fall back and just kind of let things settle and weigh all of my options that way. Tommy's cool and all. I mean, I like him as a character. He may annoy me here and there, but I'm more in the lane of Diamond, just like, bro, we just need to chill out, analyze, and and not be so impulsive. So it wasn't the worst plan, but you know, I still would have rather him wait a little bit.
I'm with B. Avery, audience. Y'all let us know what you think. I think Tommy should have just chill out, but we know that's not Tommy's DNA. He's not a chill out type of guy.
Not at all.
And what do we know about people in real life that not chill out type of guys? They wind up getting their foots chopped off like Kunta fucking Kinte, folks. And Tommy ain't got nothing chopped off yet. So at some point in time, the writers are going to have Tommy. He's either going to have to get shot. He's going to have to get stabbed. Something is going to have to happen to Tommy because these are too many unfulfilled repercussions happening to him.
Yeah, I do want Tommy. I don't want Tommy to die. That would break my heart. But I do want him to get humbled. I do want to see him scared and terrified and be like, whoa, I think I bit off a little bit more than I can chew. You know, I want to feel like Tommy may die before the end of the season. I don't want him to die, but I want him to feel that, you know, just for a more dramatic effect. And also, you mentioned that, he chopped off the head of the guy from the cartel in the last episode. I don't know why. I mean, that's chopping off a head. That wasn't that effective to me. It seemed like a mannequin dummy, to be honest with you. This episode with the DSD leader right here, like it was much more effective and gory. And like I said, made me a bit squeamish.
Yeah, this DSD having his whole body sawed off, it made me think somehow, some way, Pennywise jumped into Power Universe, folks. By the way, we are reviewing it. Welcome to Derry. If you haven't seen it, great show, and we've got great reviews. But it seemed like Pennywise decided he's going to come up here and get him a piece of a human hombre and use his teeth to saw dude in half. But we know what really happened.
Yeah.
Which brings me to this. Diamond told Tommy to come back in the hour so they can work on that plan that he's hatching.
Right.
So I didn't need much to know, B. Avery. Where was Tommy going? Over here to this little fine Maria. And B. Avery, you tell me, when you're going to meet your lady and it's time to give her a weapon, do you like to squeeze the weapon that she has while she's in her panty drawers before you go and give her a weapon called a gun? How do you like to give women your guns, B. Avery? You like 2 handfuls of fresh buns, or you just give them the steel?
I think I like the slower fresh buns approach first, warm them up just a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and give them the steel, Got you can't just go when you're in the gym and you want to do the squat, man, or the bench press, you got to get that little warm up set first. You don't want to.
That's true.
So
that's true.
That's my approach.
That's true. That's true. Now, when he gives her the gun, he's in a tizzy because somebody just tried to take a hit on his life. And so he wants to protect this woman. And did you catch Tommy actually say to her, B. Avery, I love you? And he said it first.
Yeah, I did. I did catch that. And I believe him too. I do. I will say though, about Maria, I'm not really in love with her arc so far in this series of her just sitting in the house. Oh, I love Tommy. Something is going to have to happen between them. This is not, it can't just be all sunshine and rainbows for the whole season. That would get kind of boring. I'm not saying that I want her to pass away or die or get hurt, but something's got to give. But we're going to see. Their relationship is too perfect right now, in my opinion.
I disagree with you a little bit on that. It's not perfect because the fly in the ointment is Miguel. Miguel wants to kill Tommy. Tommy wants to kill Miguel. And the thing that's keeping them from killing each other directly, might I say, let me throw that in there directly, is Maria. If something happens to either one of these two men, she's going to think that the other one had something to do with the other one. And the way she was looking at that gun as if she don't know what she's doing, B. Avery, tells me everything I need to know. She knows what she's doing, and she's going to use it. She's going to use that gun, and somebody's going to get hurt. It's just be a matter of who is going to be used by Maria's gun that Tommy gave her. That's the question.
I think it's going to be Miguel, man. She may shoot her brother.
I do too.
So. Yeah. I mean, I don't think she wants to, but I think she's gonna. I think she's gonna shoot her brother.
Audience, let us know what y'all think. Who is Maria going to use that gun for? She might kill that pig, but I'll get to that. I'll get to that pot belly in a minute.
Yeah.
We need to fly him up like bacon. But anyway, shout out to everybody in the audience. I appreciate y'all coming back as I'm trying to warm back up into doing movie and TV reviews. I've even got a brand new segment I'm doing called A-List News, where I'm covering teasers, what's going on in the comic book universe, what's going on in the Black universe. Please, guys, follow that. It's very quick hitting. It's only covering 3 or 4 subjects. Would love you to show me some support there because the algorithm ain't doing nothing. So I need y'all to comment.
And I saw at least one of them. I like it, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. I may have to join you sometime.
Whenever you're ready, my brother. I appreciate you. Now we get on to this right here. B. Avery, little Ray is a ray of sunshine. May I just say that? But the fact that she's running around with this fucking misfit gives me cause to pause. And he snuck in there, got the panty draws, B. Avery. He snuck in there and got him. Got his feelings hurt because he thought that he done such a good job that she was going to be in love.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting that.
No. He thought that he got in there, he beat the panty draws up, that she was going to be begging for more. She was like, bro, get the hell out of my house. Yeah. But before that happened, he went through her stuff, saw that she's going to a West Side Opera play, and that gave him some ammunition to come up with a plan. What did you think that was going to do it? What did you think was going to happen at this West Side Story when he found out? And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, my coach that died, William Powell, his son was one of the original founders of the new West Side Story that you're seeing right here via his benefactor. I'll just put that out there. Isaac Powell. Shout out to Isaac Powell. What did you think, B. Avery? What did you thought was going to happen with these tickets?
You know, I had no idea what the hell was going on, to be honest with you. I do apologize, chat, those watching live and or the replay. I don't remember how they met. So at first I was like, okay, no, this is just a random. And then I was just saying to myself, okay, Vic, who he's calling himself Jason, or I guess I don't know. You can help me out on that. I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of lame, bro. Like, okay. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna lie and pretend like I ain't never wanted to have no pillow talk and lay up or whatever. But you know, he was humble. But for him to pop up like that, at first I was like, well, why is he stalking this chick? But I was like, wait a minute. You know, I forgot. You know, he's working with Tommy. You know, and so he's trying to get inside and you know all of that stuff. And you know, he's doing a good job there. So I actually respected, you know, his tenacity there just a little bit. You know, his ninjutsu skills. But initially I was just like, Big gotta go. But you know, he actually is pretty smart. I didn't know this. I didn't know what he was doing at first, but it ended up playing out pretty well.
So last episode, he basically got her a drink. That's kind of how they ended the episode with them. But he basically was sitting outside of Stacy Marks' office when the DNC lady walked out, and this ray of sunshine, got to be more careful. He was eyeballing her. Stacy Marks told him to put his penis back in his pants. And next thing you know, since he's got to be forced to work for Tommy, he's on the job. He's trying to find him a way in. And damn it, boy, did he get himself a way in. I thought that at this West Side Story, he was going to tell Tommy to come meet up with him. They was going to maybe snatch this girl, torture her, get information out of it. But I like the way Vic played it. Yeah. Vic is playing it like I might as well get a double entendre, okay? I might as well do what I need to do for Tommy. And while at it, I might as well get some stroking in there, baby. Them some good panty draws. I mean, hey.
She was attractive.
She is a ray of sunshine. Her name is Ray, and I'm going to call her Ray of Sunshine. If you see this, Ray, because oftentimes y'all do, yes, I said you are a ray of sunshine. I did say that. Now we're going to see if you live, because I don't think you're going to live. B, do you think she's going to survive?
Yeah, the F no. No. She is going to. I think. I mean, she might, but I'm a predict. You may even pull out the pad. She's going to be caught in the crossfire some way. You know, Vic may shoot her on accident, not on purpose, but accident.
Definitely. She's not. No way she's getting out of this. No way.
Yeah.
Now this was funny to me, man. I'm in North Carolina. Some people call it the midline of the country. Some people just say we country. I'm fine with being called country. I don't care what y'all call me. I don't care what y'all call the state. I tell you one thing you can call the state. We are the only state in the United States without a damn budget thanks to our MAGA Republicans. And guess what Miguel came to North Carolina and grabbed? He came and grabbed him a fat belly pig, basically to use it and show Maria that there's unity in this family, that this is going to be his new culmination for them to have a new peace offering. And she basically told her brother that she loves him and she would never do anything to hurt him, but she's also telling Tommy the same thing. So B. Avery, out the gate with the introduction of the pig from Charlotte's Web, what do you think is going to happen to the pig? I can tell you what I think is going to happen.
I think the pig is gonna make it out alive.
No,
you probably think that Tommy gonna kill the pig and cook some bacon and
damn
eat it.
right.
Yeah, that's
damn right.
That would
damn
be that would be funny, but I don't think they're gonna go that far.
Damn right. You know how Tommy like to eat too, B. Avery? This pig is as good as gone. He better find him a damn spider that can print words really quick, because Tommy might not get him that way. But short of that, this pig is as good as gone. He done ate that finger for nothing. Goodbye, pot-belly pig. But finish your thought, B. Avery.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the pig is going to make it. I should have thought about this. Like, I like how the pig circle back around, because I'm just like, okay, that's a pet. He got this little animal as a gesture of love and peace offering. I didn't think that the pig was going to come back around and eating fingers and balls. Like, these effers will really eat anything. Like, oh my gosh, that's just nasty.
No, that's not true, B. Avery. I grew up near a farm. Pigs do not eat human body parts unless it's a razorback. That's the only one that's going to do it.
Respectfully, how would you know that?
I grew up on a farm that had 4 different types of pig species, and people. Golly, how can I say?
Well, I'm saying is like you wouldn't know unless somebody actually threw a body part to a pig and saw if he ate it or not, right?
Somebody died.
Oh,
okay. and was in the pig pen for at least 4 or 5 days, and the pigs didn't do nothing.
Okay,
nothing.
Lamont got receipts. Lamont got the receipts. My bad.
Well, I mean, that was North Carolina pigs, okay? And the family that had these pigs wouldn't touch them because they had young children my age, because I was 5 years old back then, and they loved them pigs. Pig had names, and they was not going to be slaughtered. As a matter of fact, on Thanksgiving, they got to come in the house. So nothing bad was going to happen to these pigs.
Wow.
Could be different in Wyoming somewhere. I don't know.
Okay. Y'all let us know in the chat if you'd rather have a pig, dog, or a cat for a pet.
Yep. Shout out to Ambi Bambi 611. Please come over to my new TikTok. It is called, so we can chit chat a little bit, Movies and TV Breakdowns. You come over there. Anybody that comes right now early before I get big, I'm taking DMs. You got questions, you got things about movies you want to know, just come DM me on TikTok at that, Movies and TV Breakdowns. B. Avery, we have another player joining us real quick. You know her as Lex the Targaryen. I know her as my cousin. What's going on, Lex?
Hey, team. How are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. I am good. Oh my God. I was like, I got to slide this live like with the greatest backpedal of all time. It is very rare that the Khaleesi backpedals, but B. Avery, you were extremely correct about Diamond Mourning and a lot of that other stuff. And you know what? I thought about it like, you know what? Let me back up off him real quick. This is actually very factual. Like, he definitely, and so I wasn't here last week, so I couldn't even, but I'm like, you know what? Y'all right. It is very rare that the Khaleesi is wrong, but I will give it to you.
Okay, good stuff. I like that.
Dracarys.
Yes.
Set somebody on fire. So I'm gonna go straight to the Khaleesi. Everybody, a lot of people love the Khaleesi. They're getting her albums, they're listening to her music, and they love the way she gives great talk on these reviews. So the Khaleesi, I'm gonna come to you. Here's something that we got going on right here. Tommy basically told Vic, get that dirt on Stacy. If you can't get dirt on Stacy, you are no use to me. So my question to you, the Khaleesi, breaker of chains and all the other stuff, the Andals of the sea and the fire breather of Mother of Dragons. what is going to happen? How is this relationship going to end? Because Vic is actually doing what he needs to do for Tommy to get this information. So how does this end?
Personally, I think it's all gonna end in flames, but I think it's gonna flip around in a way where Vic starts to redeem himself, and then he still get taken out, and it's actually gonna hurt us versus annoy us. Because right now, Vic dies just gonna be like, all right, whatever. But I think something is gonna happen where I don't know if he sacrifices himself for somebody, if he makes a play or something. But however he get knocked off, I don't think it's gonna be how we thought. Where we would be rooting for the death. I think it's actually gonna hurt us.
Wow. Well said. What you think, B?
I don't think it's going to hurt us. I'm going to go the route of Vic is actually going to turn full dark side and join the CBI like full on, or at least attempt to. I don't think they're just going to like actually welcome him in like full arms, but I think he has nothing to lose at this point. You know, they done killed his daddy, Paulie, the other Paulie's wife. You know, his sister Claudia's in jail. You know, he's gonna be like, I can't get away. I can't go to Nebraska or North Dakota or whatever that city is. Stacy may end up dead. You know, he may end up killing her. But I think he's going to try to really, you know, go on the side of Tommy and Diamond and be about that life because he has nothing else to lose at this point.
Well said, audience. Lex, you got something else to add?
Nah, actually, I could see that going that way as well. Like it's a two-way thing. I definitely that's a nice clear cut. You know, that's a Raven moment into the future. I can see that clear as day too, to be honest. And to add on to that, Vic was never the racist of the family. Even if we take it back, Claudia has said something slick. The father has said something slick. Vic has never said anything slick. Vic actually encouraged working with the CPI because he thought it would be a good idea. So I can see that if he can prove, he's gonna have to do something dramatic. I think Stacy's gonna have to go into the ground under some sort of connection to him for Vic really to flip everything around. Because I mean, he's not a bad kid. He just got put in a bad position. But what I will say is, for him and Claudia, wasn't so smart to kill Da, was it?
I knew she was gonna Dracarys before she got out of here. I agree with everything they both said.
When Da was alive, they didn't have these problems when Da had his racist group of people and Uncle Paulie. Rest in peace, Uncle Paulie. I did like Uncle Paulie.
Yeah, he was cool.
I did too. Folks, I have nothing else to add. I agree with everything. And Vic was a lover of the Rainbow Coalition. He loved him some black women. Y'all ain't forgot about that first woman, did you? And now he's got him what? Yes, now it looks like he's got him a woman who's of some kind of ethnic background in Rainbow-licious Ray. Coming your way, B. Avery. And I know you loved every minute of this because you cannot stand this character. The look on her face when Ortega told her that he is dropping her protection after she had got threatened and talked all that big stuff to that girl in there who looked like she could go against Muhammad Ali's daughter and knock her out. Cloudy was talking junk. She get this phone call from the Ortega cartel. They say they're not helping her. They dropping the bodyguard. What was you thinking was going to happen with this situation, B. Avery?
Well, before I say that, I have to say I did chuckle quite hard when we first saw her in the jumpsuit because that's just, I'm not used to seeing her like that. She's usually I got to stick up her ass, you know, thinking that she's better than everybody. And she was definitely humbled. This is just too much. And so it was nice to see her in her place. Like you said, it was also wonderful to see that fright in her eyes and how terrified she was. Like, wait a minute, we can work it out. No, but it's real out there. I also have to say, I'm disappointed in how the system works of like guards and, you know, people that are supposed to uphold the law. And it just, you know, it's bent here and there in every direction. I mean, they don't care. They're just passing cell phones and knives and shanks back and forth, you know, and, you know, they're getting what, an extra $50, few $100 on the side, underground, under the table. I mean, I know that's reality, but at the same time, it does make me a bit uncomfortable. I mean, y'all may be like rolling your eyes, but I'm just being honest. But it was nice to see I'm going to say Cloudy. It was nice to see Claudia uncomfortable. I want to see her suffer as much as possible.
Well, B. Avery, you don't have to look any further. The Lex, the Khaleesi cannot stand that character either. So you might want to go get your popcorn, folks. She's going to have way better jokes than I am. The only thing I got to say before you go, Lex, is I completely agree with B. Avery. She got humbled. I loved every single minute of her being humbled. But the thing about her getting humbled, I know she's resourceful. And there was not a minute was I afraid that she was going to get beat up in that prison cell. Not a minute. Floor is yours, Lex.
You're muted.
Oh, did we lose the Lex?
You're muted.
No, I'm here. I'm sorry, I was muted. Crunchy bunch of crotch Claude. Like, I hate everything about Claudia. I hate her so much. Like, I literally just tense at that. But that's how you know the actress is absolutely amazing, because every time I see her face, I want to punch it. Like, she's just Claudia is just very entitled. First of all, me personally, I will stick to this story until I'm purple in the face. Claudia should have died. We should have just focused on Vic, his redemption, whatever. She should have just been sashimi shanked on the ground. They shouldn't have brought her back. But now that she's here, I'll entertain it. Claudia is the biggest. Claudia is literally equivalent to, like, you ever see the videos on the internet where you got a dog family and you got, like, the big dog, and then you got the little one, and the little one will bark and bark and bark at the big one while the human is there, and then the human back up, and it's like they get real quiet. That's Claudia. Claudia is absolutely nothing without muscle other than exactly what her father said. You think you smarter than you are playing this man's game. And at first season 1, I felt bad for her. But high key, now that Walter Flynn is dead, I mean, Walter was a twat, but a lot of the stuff that he said about his kids, we're watching unfold. Vic is weak, and Claudia is not as smart as she thinks she is. And he said that. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to watch her suffer in the worst way possible. Like, I want she got to suffer for Liliana off rip. But then everything else Claudia has done, like, I want them to y'all ever seen Hoodlum? I want them to do her how they did Illinois.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't whisper a joke.
Man.
And I want to clarify something real quick. When I said humbled, I'm not one of those guys out there that just go around like women need to be humbled. They think they're doing everybody can be humbled. It's just her in particular I'm passionate about.
Okay. She's doing an amazing job. Shout out to Lily Flower on Instagram. The actress is a amazing human being. You need to follow her if you're not following her. Not saying that I've met her with my little Hollywood trips and things I've done, but I will speak on behalf of the human playing her, Lily. She's an amazing person, and I'm glad she's here. And I do hate her character. It means that she is doing a good job. But if y'all was to meet this woman in real life, long as you ain't MAGA, you would love her. Coming to you, Lex the Targaryen, L. We got the United Kings, and this guy got a voice deeper than Barry White. And he tells Tommy and Diamond that they will not get involved because the Mexican cartel runs deeper than America. It runs in Mexico, and he don't want to have nothing to do with it. Hit me with what you was thinking about this guy, Lex the Targaryen.
I don't know. It was a whiff of cat in the air. Type of cat starts with a P. Like, it was a whole whiff of it in the air. Like, are you good, big bro? Like, I love when gangsters pull out of situations because now it done got too gangster. Oh no, not the family is in danger. Not Mexico. Like, you scared now? Now you shook? Like, it was absolutely crazy. But on a real note, like, I feel, dude, like, I'm not about to go up against the Mexican cartel. Are you freaking crazy? Like, I get it. Like, they dropping people off at home and abroad, foreign and domestic. Oh no, that's crazy. Like, I'm with dude. I'm pulling out. Like, listen. I'm not even mad at dude. Now, Tommy, of course, Tommy is such a smooth talker, but what Tommy's one of his biggest weaknesses is you cannot talk your way out of every situation, bro. This is not New York. James is not behind you. And granted, Tommy can hold his own clearly. So I don't even mean it like that, but it's just like you can't always have that approach. Tommy, you got to diversify yourself if you really want to take over in the way that you think you can. You know what I'm saying? He did say once that Ghost got caught between two worlds and that's what got him killed. But it was his arrogance that got him killed, not being caught between two worlds, because being within them two worlds enables him to monopolize more. So if Tommy would just chill the F out sometime and actually listen, take a second, like he would be better off. So I'm not even mad at dude for what he said. Like, it's not a good idea, of course, but I ain't mad at him.
What you got on the B? I agree. I'm not mad at him either.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm not mad at him as well. Across the board, I feel him. I probably would have made the same decision. I respect the fact that he came and met with them, even though the decision was already made. You know, that's very nice and courteous right there. The Barry White joke was funny. He did have an interesting, unique voice, but I probably would have did the same thing. I just spoke a moment ago how everything is kind of flowing smooth for Tommy. And, he was excited when he met Pablo. Oh, Mr. Pablo in the flesh. Hi, nice to meet you. I can't wait to work with you. This is what we have planned. We got this map over here. At 5 o'clock, we got some wings coming, and then we can talk about the second part. But he just, no, we're out. And so I do like the fact that this thing, I want things to work out for Tommy. I just don't want them to be just so super duper easy. And this is throwing a wrench in his plans. It's making the story that much more interesting to me. So I'm with it.
Me too. Audience, let us know what you think. I don't blame Pablo Barry White. I do not blame him. It is kind of like what Lex said, though. You see these dudes who's out here taking out everybody else's family, and now all of a sudden they want to say that they're so concerned about their family when you're doing the things that the cartel would do to your family. You're doing these to other families. But you know what? He did his thing. B, I'm going to come to you with this, but somebody wants to speak to you before they go to bed. They're going to be in the parade tomorrow, and she just can't wait to say hello. Get up here. Go ahead and say hi. Man, you're getting too big for this.
Look at Elba. She done got so big.
I know. I remember when they was going to the hospital with you, young lady. How you doing? I like your hair. Your hair is always dope. I always like your hair. Hey, Uncle Brandon. Oh,
I cannot. Elle is so pretty. That is sickening. She done got so big.
I know.
Oh my God.
Elle, have they fed your ego enough yet, Elle?
Yeah.
No. You need more ego feeding?
She's like, my praises some more. I like it.
Right, go get ready for the parade, honey. Go to bed.
Fine.
Bye.
Hello.
All right, your turn, B. Let me get back in this thing real quick. This was interesting. Jannard and Diamond had themselves a little plan of how they're going to take out DMAC. Now, in my trailer breakdown, I said D stands for dumb. When actually DMAC had a great plan this episode, and it did not go the way Jannard and Diamond wanted it to go. What did you think when he dropped this plan on DMAC?
That he needs to cut his hair because that shit is ugly. It just is. Yeah. I don't mind the style. It just doesn't look good on him. I just had to comment on that because it's just so glaringly bad. I don't even know how he had that ski mask on at the when they actually pulled off the job with all that. I was mad at Jannard though in this scene. I like the acting as far as him selling that he was trying to come across genuine, but it was clear to us, the audience, because we know what he has up his sleeve, that he's lying. So he did a great job there as far as acting is concerned. But I say he's stupid because I wouldn't have told DMAC this plan this far as in front of Marshall or anybody else. Now DMAC went and got some extra people anyway that Diamond or Jannard didn't suspect, but for him to say, hey, I want you to take out the most ruthless gang in the city, or one of them, that's also backed by police in front of Marshall or anybody else, I just thought that was a horrible idea. I thought he should have waited from them to be one-on-one and then have the conversation. I wanted DMAC to die because he's an idiot, but I knew he wasn't gonna die. I knew he was gonna make it out of there. And so we can talk about the ending later. But I was really frustrated with Hart here.
Lex, give us your thoughts on this plot that didn't go the way the CBI boys wanted it to go.
First off, I don't know like if he's gotten older, so his like features have matured. But shout out to the actor that played what's the friend name?
Marshall.
Him. Yes, young man. He done got handsome overnight. Bless his heart. Now back to Jannard. Oh, Jannard. Like an episode of Force would not be a Force without Jannard being Jannard. Because I agree. Why would you do that? You don't know two could keep a secret if one person is dead.
Yeah.
Like you wanted DMAC to be the dead person. Like, but why would you tell the plan in front of his homeboy? And Marshall is not dumb. Marshall has never gave dumb. Like from the first time we saw him, like he's the more level-headed one out the two. You know what I'm saying? DMAC is just a crash dummy that's on go at all times. Like he's not a foot soldier. He's not somebody that at this point in time, Tommy can't get him right. I do believe that. But at this point in time, he's nothing more than a foot soldier, meaning if his head get blown off, it is what it is. That's a body. He's replaceable because he does not think. But when he does think, because that plan was not bad, it's almost, it got to run in the family, like random stupidity, him and Tommy, because as smart as they are, they both do stupid stuff. Because they think they know everything because they got their effing degree in streetnomics. And it's like, if you would just sit down for a half of a second, DMAC is not dumb at all. The boy is extremely smart, but he needs to be trained. He's too trigger happy. He too please me happy. And we see why what happened.
Yeah. Well said. The only thing I can say is, man, stars. Y'all couldn't have got the man a better Ziggy Marley than what he's got. Dude looked like he went and robbed a goat of his hair, and y'all stuck it in there and it got him looking like Ziggy. Come on, man. Y'all can do better than that. Y'all get the man some better prosthetics. You got this.
That's real hair.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Pull up his picture. Because I thought it was fake at first, too. I think that they purposefully don't have it styled and they leave it extreme. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of the show. But that's that boy hair. That's not prosthetics.
Uh-oh. Well, never mind. I'm going to take all that back. I thought it was a prosthetic, but that's his real hair.
He looks groomed with like his little when I Googled him, it was like, you know, the little photos that you use for when you go on auditions and stuff. I can't even think. But yeah, he looked groomed. He just looked wild on the show. I think they want him to look like a little baby Dusty.
Okay. All right. Be Avery. I'm going to swing your way with this one.
Okay.
Last week I called this. Well, we both really called it. I think we all called it. We knew that nothing was going to go right with Stacy Marks running for mayor of Chicago when that woman told her, I need everything in your marriage to be ironed out. We knew it wasn't going to go right. And I said, Stacy need to go ahead and tell this woman because she's playing around. Well, she didn't tell her. And the DNC lady said, you better get the Ortegas because if you don't, you will not be mayor of this city. B. Avery, what did you think about this? Because I know you got some thoughts.
The thoughts I have, it may not be what you think. I was pissed off the most at the reporter at the conference. The black guy. I was not about him. I'm like, you damn coon ass Negro. Like, I mean, not only did he ask the question just being messy, he smiled about it, like, yeah, I'm going to mess you up. Like, come on, man. I was just, when I saw that, I was just like, black people need to be sticking together. You know, black men versus black women. He got joy out of that. But Stacy's balloon was popped, like the show on YouTube. Pop. It was funny. She was up there confident. And I did not expect the white lady to bite her head off like that. That was crazy. Like, why didn't you tell us? You have ruined this for everybody. If everything is not ironclad here, we're gonna lose. And so I just wasn't expecting that right there. You know, yeah, I mean, Stacy was in the position to win, but you know, everything is not gonna run smooth. And I wasn't expecting that, you know, from the black guy, from the white lady. So yeah, we're gonna see.
Okay. Lex, what you got on this piece?
No, I think Avery hit it on the head. I was thinking the exact same thing. Like the exact same thing. Like I got pissed off when dude like said it because it was like you mother like that. That's really crazy. When I say I was literally thinking the exact same thing, point for point, down to oh girl when she snapped that, I was looking like, well, who the like she kept her cool. Because you got to be professional. You got to be professional. They want you to be the stereotype, but hell no, that was crazy. I was just looking like, God dang. But that's how they really be during them elections and stuff. It's like, if you're not gonna win, get out my face. Like that's literally their energy. So it's in chop chop. I personally would not have backed Stacy at all. I don't think that's a good idea. If you don't have good repertoire with certain departments or certain things and you're closing cases and that's not a smart move. That's not a smart move. And then with the divorce bomb, oh yeah, I'm definitely one of the sponsors that's going to pull out. You black and divorced, running for I'm not endorsing you. That's crazy.
Not a good look at all.
You can't even keep your house together. You trying to keep the city together?
Not only is she black and divorced, but she's a woman. And we saw how a woman running for president worked in America. It didn't work out well, even though it should. I mean, technically, we should be able to dress up a pumpkin, put some hair on it, and it should have beat the person who's president right now, but it didn't work out that way. Stacy, her issue here, Stacy's big issue here is that if she is to win, which I don't think we're going to see that this season, if she were to win, she would have a lot of enemies that would be willing to work with the bad guys because of the way they explain her policies, the way that they explain how she wants to change the budgeting for the police and Bobby. And we later find out that she has got a wolf in the hen house with them. And we'll get to that in a minute. All right, Lex, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Wouldn't it have been crazy just in a perfect world? Can you imagine if the Tate spinoff would have actually been her and Lorenz Tate on camera would have gave us some work, I think. I think her and Lorenz Tate on camera would have been amazing. Yeah. Like can you imagine them in an argument over something that we was robbed?
I didn't even think of that, but good observation.
Yeah, we was robbed. You didn't even have to have Stacy. You could throw anybody in there with Lorenz Tate. We was robbed for sure. And he told. Now y'all know I got in a little trouble with him. He didn't like that I called him Short Man Tate. He didn't like that. And I happened to see him somewhere, and I'm not tall myself, but I'm taller than his ass. Still Short Man Tate. Okay, we had a little conversation about it, you know. And when my place of business to meet people, I don't take you to the golf course. I take you to the gym or I take you to a Brazilian steakhouse. Those are my two spots. That's where you can find me. And let's just say, dude is a G. If you know him, you know him. This is for you, Lex. This is for you. All right. Lord have mercy. God, Lord have mercy. Diamond a better man than me. That's all. Lord have mercy. So Diamond tried to be a dad to a kid that wasn't even his, Lex. The baby mama went away for a little while. She had to get herself together. Then she realized that this man really was trying to love her child. She walks in this. Let me set the narrative for you. Like, this is an empty barbershop. There are all kinds of different chairs that jack up, jack down, fall back, fall forward. There are all kinds of fun chairs in this barbershop, Lex, okay? She walks in there, her panty drawers is on super soaker time. And Diamond said no, Lex. He said no. You don't. Lex, take the floor, man. Take the floor. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't even play these games. I don't do reduction. I'm an Aquarius. Like, that was crazy because I agree 100%. Sis went in there trying to put that trauma tussie on him, and he said, nah. Like, in true Chicago fashion, he hit her with the Chief Keef. Nah, shorty. It's not funny. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Like, the way I was hollering, because it's just like, why would you do, like, I understand what he's doing, but it's like, Diamond, come on. He's self-wallowing right now. Like, you could have at least gave her some aggression humps. Like, come on, Diamond. Like, it was a mutual exchange. You effing up, my boy. That's like, you so deep in your feelings. You just like, she came with the trenchy. She pulled out all the stops. She walked through with the hills and the trench daddy and got rejected. Do you know that woman is going to be scarred for life? You really just ruined her life. Like, you really just like hit her ego with like a minus. Like, let me tell you something. You know what that was? That was literally Charmander, Bulbasaur, level 1. That's it. Just imagine it. It's just horrible. Just why would you do that? Like, she's hurt. She's in the car crying till this day. Her son is dead. Her abusive baby daddy is out the way. Her Captain Saver, not a hoe, it is not even. Do you know how embarrassing it gotta be to pull up with the trench daddy in the 6 inches and that man say no? I'm gonna mute the mic because that's wild.
Be Avery. Yes. Them draws was on Super Soaker time.
Yes.
And B. Avery, the man didn't even put the head in. He could have done that. He could have just stuck the head in. He said, abandon ship. I'm jumping out. I'm just going to swim. I'm going to let the motion of the ocean take this boat. He ain't do nothing. What was going through your mind of this denial?
Yeah. First thing I said to myself was, oh, Miss Red Panty Draws is back. And I said, I cannot wait to hear Lamont's thoughts on this. It's funny you said Super Soaker. Yeah, you could have wrung it out and filled up half a glass, you know, and that would have been interesting. But it's funny, like Lex said, yeah, her ego is hurt. She's probably crying in the car. Women do not take rejection well. I thought they shot the scene interesting too, because when she laid it on him like the second time, they zoomed out so you can see her whole body. You see the figure, see the shoes that she had on. Okay, of course they did that on purpose. You know, but Diamond turned it down. I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not mad at him for it, but I am frustrated. I do like the fact that he was real. Like, hey, you know, you was right about me. I am that guy. I am no good for you. I am hurt. I'm like, okay, he just using his insurance card right now. You know, just to be like, if it don't work out or he breaks the heart, like, hey, I told you I'm about that life. You came into my shop. So after he said that, and she came on to him again, I thought it was gonna go down. I honestly did not expect for him to pull his hands away. But yeah, man, he should have bent her over. He should have did that. So he missed it.
Bro, you're a better man than me, because it ain't but so many times men in one lifetime get them served up to you on a silver platter in a place where you got chairs that can physically move. Okay, these chairs can spin on a swivel. They can go up and down. They can recline. You could have got jiggy with it however you wanted to, and you said no. That's great restraint, my brother. Great restraint.
I also have to add to the fellas, you don't have to knock down everything that's in your path. That's just not healthy. I'll stop there. But in this case, I think he should have obliged her.
Well, he already knew her. I mean, like, they've already smashed. They know each other.
Yeah,
It'd be different if she was just some Johnny come lately in a trench coat that said, I've been watching you leave the barbershop and you know, I want to bring you some fresh baked goodies. It'd be different, but no, this is somebody you know, and she went through a rough time and now she need that back blown out, brother. You know, you could have serviced that, changed that oil, and then said, you know, we can't be like this because I'm a gangster.
Yeah, it would have been a nice
try. You ain't here, but I'm gonna make sure your mama good.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. This one's for you, B Avery. How do you like your Hispanic Americans? Do you like them walking? Do you like them climbing? Or do you like their asses flying off the second floor of the balcony as
Oh
if
my.
they are a sorry kite, like my daughter's kite that can't fly but maybe 2 feet high? Well, that's what happened to Luis Ortega after Tommy met up with the Serbians because they both have a Ortega problem. They got Luis, they threw him off the balcony. What was going through your mind from this team up?
I was talking about earlier that I wanted things to be a bit more difficult for Tommy. I don't want everything to be smooth sailing. So for him to walk into that bar where it was 37 guns pointed to his head, and he was a bit afraid. He was a bit shook. He did not think he was going to get out of there. I believed it. I love that right there. However, this right here, this scene, it was okay. I mean, it was very bold, but Tommy has a backing. It seemed a bit easy how they got into the facility. He's an important person. This is the uncle of Ortega. So I think that he should have had some more security or a lock on the door, but at the same time, somebody flipped on him and gave the location. So I mean, they thought that was good. When he first landed on the ground, I thought he survived potentially until they showed the second shot with the rain and the blood coming from under his body. What also stood out to me, though, was the other gentleman that they left alive. Like, hey, I want you to tell Ortega exactly what happened here, because initially he was talking trash, talking shit, but he was really affected by, like, damn, they just killed my uncle or my whoever it was to him. And so I don't know. They focused in on his face and showed his disappointment. They really did focus in on that. I thought that was interesting. So I really did like the bar scene with all the guns in Tommy's face. The murder was it was okay. I didn't love it or hate it.
Jump on in there, Lex. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was very weird that the uncle wasn't protected, but I don't, it was kind of like the uncle was chilling in somebody's Airbnb. I'm like, okay, well, that's interesting. I thought, like, I get it to move the story along, but I don't know. It was kind of, it's a smidge lackluster. You know what I mean? It was just kind of predictable. Like, man goes over balcony, guy is upset. It was. And it was just very convenient that, Tommy pull up at the bar and then it's just like, oh, hey, this person did it. I know where their uncle is. It was, like I said, it was one of those scenes to move the story along. So I'm not going to, complain too much about it, but it wasn't anything memorable.
Same here. Not a whole lot going on there. I actually thought that uncle survived. He didn't. And the guy that they caught, of course, he's going to sing like a mockingbird in the rain when he go tell what happened, but it's not going to matter because Tommy is putting pieces in place to insulate himself against what may be coming from Ortega. But what's going to really get him is probably going to be Miguel, and we'll get to that in a minute. B, I'm going to come back to you with this one. We go from one Super Soaker panty draws to some tsunami panty draws. Vic done. Now, fellas, y'all got to answer me this, okay? And B, you an alpha guy. You tell me this. A woman lets you smash with her, right? Then she tells you to get out the house as you go to kiss her. You just so happen to show up at an opera.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, that opera gets this woman so moist that you back in her bed making plans to stay for the future. Is that how you get to women, B. Avery? You let them see your sensitive side, and that'll help you get ingratiated to them. I guess I should be asking Lex these questions, but she's hearing it. What did you think about this and what he's planning to do with the information he got from her about Stacy needing money for her campaign?
Well, initially when I saw the scene, I had forgot for a second what Tommy's ulterior motive was. So I like I said before Lex came, I thought he was being crazy stalkerish. But I was like, wait a minute, no, this makes sense. He's a plant. To answer your question though, do you show your sensitive side? I mean, it just depends on the woman. But I would say no, because the way you pose the question sounds like you're saying, you're not being yourself. No, you always be yourself. You always be genuine, and if they want you, they want you. If they don't, you keep it moving. And if you keep it moving, sometime that can turn the woman on and be like, oh, wait a minute, let me rethink this and actually give him my number. I mean, and I'm just, you know, I'm not saying this happened like a ton, but that's happened to me before. I try to meet a woman's acquaintance. She's like, I'm good. And she thinks I'm going to be like, oh yeah, well, F you then, you know, but if I'm just like, all right, well, thank you anyway. You have a good day. And I'll go on about mine. That may turn them on. I digress, but no, you don't have to show your sensitive side. I mean, he played it well for this particular situation, and it worked. So I can't knock him there. But in general, I would say no, that's not the route to go. But you know, he was calculated in this moment. So
all right. Well, Lex, I'm gonna come to you, and I'll just add to what B. Avery said. Just be yourself, fellas. Look, be yourself and love yourself. If a woman turn you down, if you smash a woman and then the next day she's like she don't want to see you, don't feel like you ain't do a good job. Just keep it moving. Like, love yourself enough that you don't become a slave to somebody else. And like B. Avery said, sometimes that get them to come back. You know, self-love. You know, they tell you no, you keep it moving. You don't care about it. Do you? What you think on this, Lex?
I think this entire situation is like pure comedy. It's just like this man Vic, like Vic is really funny. Like it because he's real. Like, first of all, watching him scoot around the bedroom looking for the tickets at part one was already comedy, and now like where he is, he trying to just kind of get in where he fit in, but he's smashing sis, and this is why you need to do background checks on people, because she don't even know the situation she in, and then they gonna end up liking each other. Watch, that's what's gonna happen. But I don't know. I would have been it ain't that much of a coincidence in hell that we just randomly hook up at a bar and then now we at the same damn opera. She's stupid. I don't know. My psyche senses would have been tingling. Like, you're dumb. Yeah. There is no way you had tickets in your. I don't know. Maybe that's the military in me. My mind would have immediately been like, this going through my purse. Because how you know rent? Nah. Because I would have been like, when did you get the ticket? Like, I would have started asking him something. I would have tricked him up some sort of way. Because for a fact, you went through my purse and you saw that I had tickets, you creep. Like, but as far as the sensitivity, like, definitely be yourself. But I'm not gonna lie. Like, let's just say if somebody was like, all right, let's go on a date, and you know, it's just like, all right, let's go to, I don't know, like the indoor racetrack. Okay, that you would think that a boy would do that, and that's fun. Like, girls like that stuff too. Opposed if a guy like, you know what, like, come to this pottery class with me. I'm a pottery. Oh, you cultured. What you know about pottery? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna question his masculinity. I'm gonna question, like, what else do you know, or what other things do you like? So in that case, it's a catch-22, because he may not know nothing about pottery, but that might be a story that we tell our kids one day, like, man, your father fake liking pottery because he saw, you know what I'm saying? So it's a catch-22. But Vic is a creep, A-N. But I mean, he a creep on a mission, so get your creep on, Vic.
Definitely a creep on a mission from a boy band, ladies and gentlemen. That's Vic. Now, B. Avery, you may or may not like this one. I think you like it, but DMAC put his plan in place for the 9/7s, and B. Avery, this stuff actually worked. It worked. His plan worked. They only lost one soldier. He didn't get clipped in the crossfire, which is going to be devastating to Jannard and Diamond, because King Kilo already done text Diamond and said he want that body. And DMAC actually got away with this. The only thing I didn't like, B. Avery, I did not care for the grenade exploding car scene. I didn't care for that. It reminded me of last week when Tommy and Diamond blew up that warehouse and the fire and all. I didn't care for that. But you know what? I got to give DMAC. I got to take dumb from DMAC, okay? I got to take that away from him because this worked. What was your thoughts over this caper?
Yeah, I slightly disagree with you about the explosion grenade car thing. I could have lived without it. What I disagree with, I didn't think it was as bad as last week's. But the execution here still wasn't the best. They just added that in there for flair. I'm not, I mean, I like that he had a grenade. Like, yeah, I got an insurance plan right here just in case, you know, I would have used the grenade differently. Back in college, I used to play Halo, like a lot of us did, excuse me. And one of my screen names, my monikers, was the Grenade King. You know, I wasn't the best at the game, but I was good enough. And I would throw some grenades like crazy. I was thinking to myself, I would have pulled the pin, threw the grenade first, and then ran over there, guns blazing. And you know, while the fire is going off, the grenade would have exploded. You know, that's just that's what I would have done. But like you said, man, I do have to give it to DMAC. The plan actually did work. He actually sounded like he had some sense and thought some things through and just wasn't so impulsive. And I was impressed. I did not think he was going to die. I knew he was going to live, but I thought it was going to be off of dumb luck. Like, you know, he tried to, you know, fire his weapon and it didn't discharge because the gun was dirty and it, you know, hurt his hand and he dropped it and he's like, oh my God. And he falls back on his ass. And then he's, you know, somebody walks up to him about to shoot him, but then he gets saved at the last moment by one of his friends and get in the car. You know, I thought he was going to escape like that, but no, he had full control, full authority for the most part in this whole situation. And I just didn't expect that. I feel sorry for what was it, Nutty Butter or Nutty Guy or whatever that died. And was that his body that was on the ground by the exploding car? But I mean, yeah, that sucked. I think also DMAC is an asshole for not showing that any remorse or guilt when they got back and was divvying up the cash or pouring drinks. He was like, oh, we don't give a damn. CBI for life. Go get the money to his, you know, he could have seemed a little bit more sad. But yeah, I was surprised by this. He did well.
What do you think? What do you think, Lex?
I wasn't surprised. I told y'all. And when I first started this, DMAC is extremely intelligent. Keep in mind, the boy can count damn near faster than a calculator. Like, he's very smart. He just does not have the patience or the discipline. Like, he just bad. Like, he need a whooping. Other than that, like, he's good. He's gonna be good once Tommy. If it's almost like Tariq. Like, Tariq just needed his ass whooped. Like, he extremely intelligent, but it's just like you move stupid. You know what I'm saying? Tariq had to learn. He got to learn, but he's wilder than Tariq. That's the thing. Like, Tariq at least was able to, you know, portray the good boy image and move. Like, DMAC is just like, you gonna get this hood 24/7, baby. It is what it is. Big D over here. Like, that just really is energy. And I mean, I get it, but Tommy got to get him together. Otherwise, he's going to be a menace. He's already a menace, but he's going to be a bad menace if Tommy can't get him together and quick. Okay. Because he's arrogant.
Post your comments, y'all. I would like to shout out everybody that is joining us. Very grateful. You could be anywhere in the world tonight. You're spending your time with us. We are grateful. If you want to help us grow and bring in more to this family for discussions, just tell them subscribe, push the video, and comment. The most important thing to help the algorithm nowadays is comment. Even if you just put an I, a B, a L, hell, I don't care if you put 50 M's, just leave a comment, and it works for us. B. Avery talked about this, Lex, before you got here. He talked about the grotesque, gruesome deaths and body parts we saw this episode. And here's one right here. Here's one. They took this assassin who was a plant for Miguel, Ortega, got him in here with, Ortega got him in here with Miguel, and they was stalking him and see that he's working with Ortega, got paid from Ortega. So they decide to torture him, take his finger to get phone call records, and then Miguel and his homeboy, when this guy was in pain, B. Avery, this was the look on their face. Look at that.
Crazy.
Look at that. Look at that. Sadomasochist. What was your thoughts on this scene, B. Avery?
Oh, my bad. I thought you were going to Lex first.
No, I'm gonna go to you first because you mentioned this.
Got you. Well, let me clarify something real quick. The guy that they killed right here, that is the same guy that the Asian gentleman pulled up and he pulled out his gun and said, "Who the F are you?" And he's like, you know, he gave him the money and said, "Good job."
Yep.
Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, man, this was disgusting. I mean, like you put up the picture, bro, and they chopped off his finger and like smiling, like, oh my gosh, they did a great job of just showing you how crazy these people are and just how much they just don't give a damn or care about life.
Yeah,
I mean, this man didn't do anything to them. I don't think they just
yeah,
tortured
he
him.
did. He
Okay.
did. He lied. He was supposed to be the assassin that was going to get Tommy, but what he really was, he was a double agent. He was working for the Ortega people. His loyalty was with the Ortega people, and basically he was just kind of getting a little bit of intel on Miguel when he's supposed to be a hired, paid assassin by Miguel to take out Tommy.
Well, my bad on that. But it was still gross.
Yeah.
You know, them feeding the finger to the pig. Yeah, we talked about that. And yeah, I don't know what I would have done in this situation if I'm tied up. I guess I just would have had to say my prayers and just like, Lord, I'm coming to meet you, because he was gonna be taken out no matter what. He's like, they took his finger, they was like, okay, the pig gonna eat your balls, chop his body up. Just put a bullet in my head, man. Don't chop me up. Like, for what? What are you doing? Like, why? I mean, I was just like, oh, this is nasty. It's just the sound effects, everything. And then this is the fact that they took joy out of this. Like, this was like, oh yes, my weekly kill. I can't wait for the next one. It's just crazy.
Lex, what do you got to say about this? I think Tupac once time said, revenge is one of the greatest joys next to getting panty draws.
I agree with Pac. Now, I don't know if I would have took it as far as feeding. This won't eat pork. See, y'all better keep pork off your fork, because stuff like this really be happening. They out here feeding Wilbur. Like, that's really crazy. Like, I was just sitting there like, yeah, nah. Once again, this is why I don't blame old boy for backing up earlier, talking about some nail. Miguel is crazy, and he an American Mexican. He not cartel Mexican, and this is what y'all are doing. I don't want no parts. Like, I don't want no parts of none of this. This is crazy work. But it just shows you that as much as, we know Tommy is a psychopath, we kind of have calmed down, like, thinking about Miguel, but it's like, no, keep in mind, Miguel definitely is still a problem.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I like he said that, Lex, because I did forget that he is a problem. Excuse me, especially after the Tommy, his sister Maria confrontation, I thought he was gonna fall back a little bit and chill, but no, that's definitely not the case. He turned it up.
He really got snapped when he found out his sister impregnated.
Yeah,
Like the white man.
Thank you, Lex, because I'm glad you said that as a woman. Because when I be saying these things, they always tell me, "Oh, Lamont, your mind goes to these places." Blah. And then when it happens, Lex, nobody ever wants to give me credit except for my man B. Avery. He's the only one.
Pissed.
Yeah, and you, my cousin, Lex, you'll give me credit. But yeah, she is pregnant, and we estimate, me and B. Avery, she's gonna use that gun on somebody. It's just a matter of who. That's it.
Her brother.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah. I said the same thing.
That's what's it's gonna end up. It's gonna come out that she pregnant, whatever the case may be. It's gonna come down between him and Tommy. It's gonna break up, but she's gonna have to take her brother out. That's what's gonna end up happening. And then somebody need to take her out. They ain't gonna do it. They're gonna let Tommy finally have some sort of a happiness, but whatever. I still hope they take her out.
Wow. Well, Lex, I'll come to you because we're back to the person you hate the most on this show, Cloudy Claudia. And somehow or another, Cloudy Claudia was able to assert her authority, her tall self. And she went in here and she found a toothpick and she shanked this girl. Talk to me about this scene, because I know you hated every minute of it.
Because this is what I be talking about. Claudia just always becomes this El Chapo every time she got people behind her. Y'all saw how shook she was when she got that phone call? Yeah. You saw how like anytime Claudia don't have a backing, she's scary. This is why I don't take her serious. And then every time, like, she just weasel her way out every time. Now you in there shanking people. You want to get your shank on, but you was shook 5 seconds ago. Let me tell you something. I need her to die And I need Tommy to do it. And it can't be no, oh, we just gonna shoot Claudia. No, I need them to like put her legs on one side of the Jeep and her arms on the other, give it a medieval pull apart treatment, like do her filthy. Jesus. I won't forgive them if they give her a Cersei death, all sweet and innocent. Like, no, take her out, bloody.
I got to agree, Lex. That Cersei death is one of the worst deaths in TV history. For what that woman did for like 7-8 seasons, that was one of the worst deaths.
You get me started. Long live Dan.
Yeah. What did you think about it, B. Avery? Cloudy, somehow or another, she went and got, a couple of toothpicks and she took this girl out. Just stab, stab, stab.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I thought it was kind of corny. Because that's like Lex said, she was so afraid and scary, when she got the phone call. But now she's, Wonder Woman. I have the power. It was just too simple. It was just too easy. And I would have rather them fought, her and the black girl squabbled or something like that, and maybe she killed her on accident, or even, earned the kill. But I just wanted her to struggle a little bit. This was just too easy. And, I don't know. It's like, I just feel like she paid those other inmates, with a box of crayons or something. It just, what did she promise them? I don't know. Maybe I just didn't like it at all. As far as I want her to die, we've talked about that. I was going to say something silly like, somebody stick a firecracker up her asshole. And so Lex kind of beat me on the carnage there. But yeah, she needs to go out in a very slow, painful way.
Yeah. Shout out to my homegirl Lily Simmons, who plays this character. You are my dog.
I thought they was gonna put the girl in the dryer.
I did too.
I was like, I did too. We'll turn them on, but you're going inside.
Yeah, and I guess they use that noise so that the guards couldn't hear them. But hell, if you got it on the extra heat cycle, throw her ass on up in there. You so tough. But they had to show that Claudia has a little bit of authority, and she done hired these girls. But I'm with y'all. You take away those girls, what can she do? Absolutely nothing. And Lily Simmons, I'm fighting for your character. Nobody likes your character, which means you're doing a good job. But I'm fighting for you. They want you gone.
Or you want her to live?
Well, I just like the actress. I'm fighting for the actress. No, I hate the character too, but that's because she's doing such a good job. Hate the character. And if you haven't noticed, I've reserved a lot of my jokes that I would normally have on this character because the actress is a wonderful person. That's all I can say. She know I got jokes, but she's a wonderful person. It's hard for me to joke on this particular character. But moving right along, this was the surprise of the season for me, Avery. These two twins are working together.
Man.
One works for the Ortega as a lawyer. The other is working actively with Stacy Marks, and they're sharing information with each other. And the case that Stacy Marks needs to win for the DNC to become mayor is the Ortega case, but the Ortega is trying to get her to go after Tommy, and now his twin brother wants the information on Tommy so that he can go give it to the Ortegas. B, what do we got going? This is just a cluster F.
Bro, I love this right here. I love this scene. There's another scene that we're going to talk about later that hasn't come up with that I like as much, but I was not expecting this at all. The clerical error on the warrant. I'm like, okay, how did that happen? But it to be the guy that's working with the henchman for Ortega. And I like him too. Every time he pulls up, he's sharp, he's clean, he's direct. It just seems like he got his shit together. It seems like he would kick your head off. I love it, man. I was not expecting this. I don't know how they're gonna be defeated. I don't know how you're gonna beat them. They're the only way I can see them losing is if they get too cocky themselves and make a mistake and somebody else catches it. I just don't think that somebody else is going to figure out what's going on and beat them to the punch. The only way they're losing is if they get careless. And I can't see that happening right now. Or if they just they may lose off of dumb luck. You know, they at a red light and a trucker behind them brakes don't work, and you know they get ran over and die that way. That's the only way I see them going out right now, bro. Because right now they seem impenetrable, and I love this scene. I just wasn't expecting it at all. I was like, damn, really? Because he sold it in the office. Like, how did this happen? It was both our faults. You know, we was rushing this. You know, but he over here, with his cars hidden behind his back. So yeah, this was a nice twist, like Hopley 9612 said in the chat.
Shout out to the writers. This was a nice one. And I'll kick it to you like this, Lex. B. Avery brought up an interesting point. He don't know how they're going to be taken down. My rebuttal to B. Avery, Vic is the inside man that can take him down. But the question I want to know, who's going to kill him? Is Tommy going to get him? Is Vic going to get him? Vic is the only way I can see these dudes being stopped. What say you, Lex the Targaryen?
Literally was thinking the same thing. I said, Vic gonna get that information to Tommy. That's gonna be the saving grace. And I say earlier, it's something that's gonna have to save him. I didn't know if it was gonna be Stacy or what. This gonna be what it is.
How?
I don't know how Vic gonna find out, but I think he gonna get the information he gonna find out and get this information over to Tommy, maybe in the process of Stacy. But me personally, of course, I didn't know about the dude who's been visiting Claudia and them in jail, but the guy who works with Stacy, I always thought he was dirty because he was the one person that always questioned her and had the most pushback. I always thought he was dirty, and it was just like, all right, maybe that's just me tripping about. I'm telling you, my Darby on, I knew he was dirty, but the surprise was you know, the brother. That was the ancient Chinese secret. I said, oh snap, all right, it's a little extra packet for the ramen.
I still don't see it. Even if Tommy finds out, like he don't know these, like he has no connection to him.
Effie gonna help him.
Oh,
when he called Tariq for the background search, that's how we get the crossover. Effie gonna figure it out.
Okay.
Somebody call Josefina.
This is my most interesting like subplot right here. These two. Yeah.
That's good. This becomes my top plot. Like the other stuff has just seemed too simple. Like it would not really happen in real life the way everybody else is clustered up like a figure eight on your 10 speed. It wouldn't happen like that in real. This right here, this is interesting. I think Vic is going to be the one to find it out first and do something about it, help Tommy. But y'all let us know in the comments. Final thing we got, then we'll let you people out of here. And B. Avery, I rocks with you first on this one. Diamond and Jannard have been planning to get your boy Ziggy Not Marley, DMAC, off because King Kilo's down their back. DMAC does not want to have anything with laying low, even though he done took out somebody. He wants to be in these streets. He now wants to be flashy. Now he wants him some panty draws. And Tommy done told this boy to stay off the street. Well, B. Avery, Tommy walks in on a conversation, and this is what he found. He found these three, and look at the looks on their face. Look at Jannard's face, and then look at the look on Tommy's face. Floor is yours, B. Avery.
Yeah, there's another scene we got to talk about. I know you said this was the last one, but I'll be quick. Jannard is growing on me more and more. I really do like him. First of all, I was laughing my ass off when DMAC walked in and he was smoking and he choked on the smoke. I thought that was brilliant. I thought it was hilarious. I love that reaction right there. I love the cliffhanger. I cannot wait for this to pick up next week to see how the conversation goes, because I don't see how Jannard and Diamond are going to be able to talk their way out of this. Because he's gonna have mind you, the bag of money is on the ground that they stole. Tommy's gonna ask where it comes from. So Jannard and or Diamond and or DMAC is gonna have to tell him, you know, hey, he just pulled off a job and won. Tommy gonna get mad, like, why would you rob one of the most dangerous gangs in the city that's protected by the police? What they gonna say? Oh, well, it was really a farce. We was trying to get your nephew killed. Like, how what's gonna happen? I can't wait. I cannot wait. Also, prior to Tommy coming through, I like the fact that Jannard was not satisfied until he got the confirmation that DMAC was taken out. Like, hey man, I'm not gonna rest assured until I get a confirmation, I see a dead body, or I see something on the news. So I love that right there. This was a great way to end the episode. I also just have to comment, I did not expect Miguel to contact Ortega in prison and be like, hey, let's cut a deal. You know, I'm the one that's going to deliver Tommy to you, you know, and let's work it out. So I didn't expect that, but I like how they ended the episode. You know, this is getting really, really interesting.
I agree with everything Avery said. I do like how Miguel is twisting things, and those two are still at each other's throats, Miguel and Tommy, even though they've got that beautiful Mariah who is very squeezable in her Carolina Blues, standing in the middle. They still are twisting and plotting behind each other's back. And I did like how they did that. I think that was good writing. And earlier in the season, I was rolling my eyes, but I'm starting to get interested now. Writers, y'all doing a good job. Y'all made it a slow burn. It's picking up and it's doing exactly what it needs to do. Well, folks, that is it for me and B.A. We both tired. We've had long days. We done been to the gym twice, done a lot of work. I did my stock market stuff. B.A. did his thing. We need some rest. We're going to bid y'all a good night. Please be sure to subscribe. He got one more comment.
I just got to say, yeah, before we go, make sure you check out me and Lamont's recap on Welcome to Dairy, episode 5 this Sunday. And also this coming Monday, 11/24, that is going to be the season premiere for the finale of Bel Air season 4. Me and Lamont are going to be covering that as well, and those episodes are going to be dropping next week. So make sure you subscribe to both of our channels so you can consume all the good commentary that we're going to provide on that as well.
He's 100% right. Bel Air is a show that I really, really love, and I started reviewing it and fell off on it, but family member always pick you up and help you get through, and that's what B is doing. So be sure to subscribe to his channel. Come to mine. The TikTok that I put a lot of our content on is right here, movie and TV breakdowns on TikTok. Go there, subscribe. I am taking as many messages and DMs as I can over there because I don't have a big audience just yet. So please come on through. What you got, B?
Yeah, and also check out my reviews for Being Eddie documentary on Netflix, Selena y Los Dinos documentary on Netflix, my Wicked for Good review with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, and I also posted my review today for The Last Samurai Standing on Netflix as well. If you like swords and samurai and blood and stuff, it's a great show. Check it out. You'll enjoy it.
He's right. And the Eddie Murphy documentary, I've seen that. I just haven't put my review up. So go see B. Avery's because I might not put my review up, but I'm pretty sure he feels the way I felt about that documentary. Folks, we're out of here. You'll see us back again this weekend. Don't forget, I'm Lamont Tyson. That's B. Avery. My favorite outro is this one right here. My girl down in Texas.
Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body.